This is the mystery. Is the mystery. Mystery Bond. Mystery. Mystery. Mystery Bond. Mystery Bond. 42. Mystery font. Mystery font. Mystery font. This is the mystery font. Live long and prosper Hope this is an intuit. Live long and prosper through it, or because it's you. Intuition lit. Mystery font. Mystery font. history. This is the Mystery Font. Live from the Mystery Font in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is a news bulletin. Fascism threatens democracy today. We will need to say no clearly and civilly as a population to predators who have proven incessant and unwilling to leave. Who is the falsehood? Does it not serve a country for officials elected to office to be held to scrutiny and for that to be done with diligence and honor and adherence to fact, science, and new germane data? It is clear that whatever else is thrown into the atmosphere, the very real and authoritarian plans and whims of Donald Trump and the Heritage Foundation and dangerous allies like Mike Johnson and Marjorie Taylor Greene, what that shape seems to be manifesting, what that shape is attempting to manifest, is the completion of a coup and a decimation of humanity and human kindness to reinstate an unquestioned white supremacy. It is truly abominable, and we need to recognize that people hoodwinked by MAGA will need mental health care stat and will need potentially for crimes committed the legal system to intervene. We're dealing though with encouragement from people like the terroristic Marjorie Taylor Greene to sow violence, and we need to be aware when someone cultivating a kind of malice and harm that is identical to how someone forms a lynch mob based on white suspicions, then we need to look directly in the face a bad faith actor. In the case of Marjorie Taylor Greene, it seems pretty clear that we are dealing with someone who will, like Trump, utilize malice and within a Trojan course of propriety and deference to that propriety of office or of a claimed allegiance, we find ourselves endangered by the greed of MAGA and by the willingness, not just once, but again, to attack the United States, not to work as a part of the United States through the channels that exist and with the power of elected office to make positive things happen, to make positive changes happen. We see someone cultivating lynch mob brain syndrome, bursting into the room, lying about an imminent crisis and someone needs to jump on the grenade quick. It is terrorizing a population. Posting every day that every day is 1776 is a way to try to disable executive function. Why would someone want us to fear being aware and choose a word that essentially means human kindness and demonize it? Who would demonize being awake and aware of human need? Who would try to damage our sense of what kindness is and how and why it matters? Who would try to sow discontent? Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The falsehood knows.
We are the reality distortion field. We are the reality distortion field. We are the reality distortion field. The falsehood will demonize your sensitivity. The falsehood will claim the press is our enemy. To cry fake news that preempt remedy suggests false identity. We are the reality distortion field. We are the reality distortion field. The fielding is real and the real is real. Tell you it's the one and only. We are the reality distortion. We are the reality the falsehood will slow down intuition holds we are the reality distortion fieldings. From all brains to all brains awake, we can ease any ache, any pain we have, we can break. We are imagination and say it. We are the come came to play and relate. Contagious sake imagination it cantankerous can take and process this hate. Imagination ate the creature's creation. We made this prolanation aid to became by becoming yesterday. Mind made this container from pain. Radio science brain imagination aid. Mind made this container contagious. Mind made this aim, this play its own aim. Mind made this container contain radio science brain. I made this whole aching aim to sentience claim. This is the mindness made, this to contain innate relay. This is come came to play today. Radio science brain innate relay come came to play today. The mind melees some way come came to play. The mind may be game today. Imagination aid, imagination aid, radio science brain, imagination aid. From our brains, love contains a combination. Same radio science brain came to play. We are the mind this made this contain activation. Germane. Mind made this contain activation. Perpendicular trains. Can we imagine this? Can we imagine rain from our brains to our brains liaised? Perpendicular trains parallel against hate and pain in phase. Imagine this brain be gay. Pretend the kindness came and asked in case you have a game. Would you like play to be yours today? Would you like play to be yours today? Would you like the lens? Would you like to focus where and how and what might you say? Is this space the time and place where your story hold? Might some sway? Imagination, mind made. Sable Lake, this animation cantankerous aid. Radio science brain. We are the sentient frame, contain the generation's aim, perpendicular trains. We are the sentience love arranges. We are the candidates. We are the freight. Perpendicular freights and grades on climbing time trials and in pain. Imagination may be game to liaise away. I know you may have it there in your bay. You may be holding answers that we need today, like we needed them half a millennia yesterday. We can take it. We can bear the weight of the mistakes before us. If we don't let them ignore us, we are safe. We are strong enough to take and process this germane pain of the reality we share as a substrate. This mainframe can take this truth and reconciliation It is only sane. It is only anti all weapons. It is only germane activations. This is the mindness made. This contain testimony that we need not be phony. Yes, radio science brain. The mind made this aim and true. I might not know what the voice should sound like, but I won't tailor the way. I'll tailor what I say. This is the activation. This is the day come came to play your ways. Be named radio science brain. Communicate the same sentience that love arranged. You're part of rock and rake. You're part of love's campaign. Mind aim. Be named as the kindness that once one like Christ said came. Wokeness is human kindness, it's not a mind virus. Kindness eyes have kind irises. We're not viruses, we're spies like us. We are all compromised by love or lust. Lust for power coerced, or we're the omnibus or bust. Radio science brain, we are the sentient trust. We actually maintain particle matter wave mind thrust. We contain evolution, remain radio science. Imagination came to play today. Imagination may recognize play always. You are the sentience love arranged. We are the mindless made. This we are anti-ableist. We are for the human stain. We are kindness came all days, and the activation of love's campaign is in your back pocket. It's in your back seat, yet you have it locked up, or it's wet, and I'm ready to let you show us how you net. Swish it bet, contain the gray array liaise, and make us able yet to see genius like I'm following your genius today. Proclaim what brought genius to know genius flame, particle matter wave. We do not wave in vain. Radio science brain, you are the genius I follow. Thus, with or without a penis, what I actually mean is you have access to unadulterated genius. You contain the agent of cantankerous. I came to play imagination. Mind makes the aim, defines the game. Maybe we are play even when there's no game. Maybe creativity is innovation by name. We are the mindness made to contain love, breaking back in to the reality we know as substrate. We can reframe, we can find fact as a home in the science state. We are the schema grievers, we are schema mending, we are schema bending, we are schema against scheming, we are human dreaming. The pursuit of happiness is the meaning. You are the renovation of this whole occupation. I've seen your love awaken, literally all of us. I'm calling the omnibus. This is the obvious, ominous on all of us at once. Response, I'm calling new Colossus. Oh. You deserve love and much. You deserve love and kindness. You deserve unblindness. You deserve all mirth and crust as you like it, or crustless imagination, or knowledge, or calm down and bed, and then wake and climb in again. Is this a dream or a bend? Is this my mind at odds or my mind now even? Is this the mind at ends, or are these my tools and not embarrassments and not weapons? Imagination aims with friends. Or certainly shares, sometimes says, wave this way. I have waves to spend. In this neighborhood, you're welcome. I thank you for the wind. We are the mindness men. We are the fineness friend. We are the fetching, fending. We are the fern of fertile fleet flight. Let's fail no when. In the moment That's when love happens. That's when love can be applied to the direct need. That is what happens when love accesses that bead, the note of love's need. Imagination, read this, imagine, we did this, imagine, I keyed this, showing there's no lock to unlock. We are the gears and are the things inside we're listening to that can just go. Oh, knock, knock, open. The golden door is blocked. Contain love's polish. Let's polish. To say we're all the mindless, we are all the college. Contain that we came in no way lazy or less than hard-working to say ho. So say so's anti-humane. We are humans. Let's be humane to humans. This is the human frame. These are the expectations. The boundless band of democracy's imagination liaised can't confound us. We all arrive. We all survive. Let's make it kinder thus. There's not one of us that cannot remember. There is one kind, and through which all came to be here in this frame. We are the humans, stay this, imagine we stay the hand of fate, if that fate seems to be of former quote great and quote that's really not great. I don't need to be okay. White power is staying that hand signal. Let's just say good. We don't need great can be burned with the hate of the KKK. Alright, let's just say humanity can process that damage and move on and manage where there are crimes and reparations that we bandage and heal and repair. We all spare the spare squares. We are the masons of how democracy actually dares. Imagination with love repairs. I think I'll start right there. The omnibus knows where the mindless made us flare. And we say, I see a light that's shared. I see the light that shares. I will be a light sharer. The light is I'm wearing. The beacon I'm bearer of this golden door, where the beacon is fair. Imagination is where. This is us. It's the mind of all democracy and imagination. And I think anyone can come here and tap into this source. Which is why I want to invite you to be one of the artists or thinkers or songwriters or scientists or minds of or without any label you wish to attach. Do you have a dance? Do you have a memory? Do you have an image that could kindly come and be shared here in one of the spaces of the Mystery Font? It can look like what you want. It's possible also to share work virtually as part of a program or produced through the font. You are invited. It is a standing invitation, and this place is supposed to be about fostering intuition that fosters emancipation. We are re-engaging the Reconstruction because we are not going to let the Ku Klux Klan bury the crimes of the Ku Klux Klan in indoctrination of new generations. We're not going to let the NRA and the KKK and Moms for Liberty and Mike Johnson and Marguerite Trader greed. We're not going to let people encapsulated and prisoner to terrorisms and fears and enacting them on others break the executive function of calm within the human family. People who try to use aggressive, othering language and speak as if they have terrible proof and want to whip people into anger, such as the style of speech utilized by Alex Jones and the style of speech used by Marjorie Taylor Greene, in the spirit of a MAGA re-trader greed, seems very clearly meant to break and make tilt our executive function. I think we need to recognize lynch mob brain syndrome when we see it either having compromised someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene or being used as a weapon by Marjorie Taylor Greene or other people. Marjorie has been reminded numerous times that this kind of behavior is a replaying of the horrible slaughter of Emmett Till. And Catherine Bryan Dunham recently passed away without ever being accountable for that bloodthirsty terrorism and murder and of Emmett Till, a young child. It's abominable to say that structural racism and entrenched racism doesn't exist in America when the monument to Emmett Till had to be remade many times and finally made out of metal and still gets hit with bullets. In a country with honor, that would be protected. And in a country with honor, there wouldn't be so many people having so much difficulty processing that they were not just on the wrong side of history, but the wrong side of humanity. We are the reality distortion fielding, and it is time to process our American apartheid. Carrie Lake and Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones and George Santos and Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott and so many others aided by truly bloodthirsty people like Tucker Carlson, are doing incredible damage to the fabric of America, such that we don't even have pathways that used to tell us, oh, I'm being attacked down there in my leg. We're losing connective tissues that report about wellness and well-being of us as communities and as a nation. And that is largely responsible to the promulgation of falsehood, chiefly by Donald Trump, but also by institutions and corporations such as the abominable and very, very clear acts of Fox News, that we have seen a fog that we soak in become normalized over time. There was a fairness doctrine. There was an imperfect fairness doctrine. But we've lost things that were not just guideposts, but have proven to be walls that needed to be there to keep people honest and to keep it clear that the positions we have been seeking to fill are to be filled with honest people. The degrading of hope and the degrading of expectation of what life can hold and the promise that America holds is toxic. And it's one of the worst things that Individual One and so much of the venom around the ideas of MAGA or retrade or greed offer, is that by breaking down a body, it makes it easier to take it over. By grabbing the private parts, by saying this Sudetenland is mine, and well, no, I won't take any more, but I want this. These private parts were mine. I declared them mine yesterday in my mind, and you just didn't get the memo. That was also part of my plan, but it's also part of my plan that that's your fault. I classified that as the truth. We're dealing with malice, and we're dealing with distortions in reality that are caused by cult of personality that utilizes massive distortions in reality. We are dealing with the outcome of promulgating reality distortions as normal and reinforcing them in the same way that we would incentivize other things we want to be. We don't have to live within this falsehood, but we have chosen it to be by being unable to say no to someone willing, without abandon, to punish and persecute mercilessly. Donald Trump values the ability to coerce and punish mercilessly. And Darvo is a thing. And the switching of personhoods and blame structure, the switching of things like, they're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I'm standing in the way trying to protect you. That for him to say things like that, for him to say that it's wrong and that it is about politics, when there is something that happened before, when there is actually a reality happening, that it's not self-contained episodes that are wrapped up and a new episode begins the next time the program comes on. It may be that the scrutiny upon Donald Trump is more than for any other president. And that is with good, germane, common sense reasons. Yes, we do want to prevent someone from being able to run for office whose known crimes and or incompetencies, either one, are both disqualifying from future office. And anyone who would be so hoodwinked to not recognize that it's possible that he is a danger, and that therefore the processes of going through things like court cases to hold him civilly and criminally responsible are a situation that comes about because of the commission of serious crimes and transgressions. That was previously on Donald Trump. That was previously on the falsehood. Previously on the falsehood, Donald Trump told us he would keep us in suspense. Previously on the falsehood, he said that when asked, after using threatening language about not obeying the will of an election and going along with peaceful transfer of power before the 2016 election, we heard him say, "I will keep you in suspense." And I assert that the Secret Service failed at that moment. I assert that Fox and Chris Wallace failed at that moment. I assert that the other candidates failed at that moment. I assert that the Department of Justice and the FBI, that all kinds of people failed at that moment. Because it is completely unacceptable for someone to counter with a shocking boundary violation about a basic tenet, a basic tentpole rule of how and why and through what America is America. For someone to come in and take an axe to one of our tentpoles is a shocking attack and boundary violation. And he should have been thrown out of the room. If not by laughter or by physical force, then by shame. No one talks to human beings that way, Mr. Trump. And most of all, for you, at this moment, it may be good for you to realize that no one talks to Americans that way. And that, interestingly enough, is who has control over your liberty and freedom for one reason: your criminal acts with volition and malice. That is why you are being prosecuted. And only a weakling and only an entitled, truly lazy and inferior person would not meet the challenge of dealing with these prosecutions head on. Just like any adult, just like anyone who's not a 2.5-year-old kid on a playground. Most kids on playgrounds behave better as human beings. We are dealing with confronting the falsehood. Having been donned by Donald Trump and his band of thugs and neo-Nazi grifters, we do have an existential threat that readies us for others who may come through this breach. But we can repair trust. And to see categorically where Donald Trump, and his band of thugs have attacked and degraded and abused all of us, and where unacceptable and abusive and deadly behaviors have been and are reenacting, and happening again and again, and that there are escalations. When we can see that and decide that we are going to get rid of the cancer that is hurting us and get people who are infected by these ideologies to get mental health care, and if there are crimes underway or having been committed, that those people are held accountable. We have to ascertain where there is dangerous falsehood, and we need to entirely pull out white supremacists and patriarchal terrorists, people adherent, that we actually have neo-Nazis in office combating human kindness. That an oppressed people that has said, our lives matter, that saying Black Lives Matter has made MAGA, retrader, greedy terrorists target the word woke. Because essentially woke means human kindness and awareness of what's going on around us, to know what's really happening and how to support people in need, how to foster need and human kindness, how to be decent people, to know what's happening, to be aware. The only people who want a population to not be aware and not be connected and knowing how to take care of one another is a totalitarian predator. And we need to be able to apprehend and know the difference between people saying things that sound confident and like they're deserving of confidence, and actually listening for the facts and ideas that we really have to have in play to depend on, because they're the only things we can depend on. We need to foster trust and competency, and we need to foster the idea that through a union that protects everyone's seat at the table, that is what the United States, that is what our union, part of what our union offers, is a massive space of safety for us to disagree and grow and learn and work to, by example or persuasion, convince one another to join one another's projects. But that's what a democracy contains. And we are a constitutional republic with democratic elections. Most of our population wants a popular vote, and representative democracy has always been Kodak level of what makes America America, what allows people to have a way to protect and experience the pursuit of happiness. The bandwidth of meaning is full of permuting falsehood, and we do need to reckon with how we attend to this bandwidth of fog. We are the reality distortion fielding. Who is
I made a speech.
the false
I looked out. The field was, it looked like 1.5 million people. They showed a field where there were practically nobody standing there.
The new White House press secretary, Sean Spicer, gave his first press briefing. He was also highly critical of some media organisations of the way he felt they had misrepresented the number of people who'd attended Friday's inauguration ceremony.
No one had numbers because the National Park Service, which controls the National Mall, does not put any out. This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period, both in person and around the globe.
It does not excuse, and you did not answer the question.
I did answer your question.
No, you did not. You did
Yes,
not
I
answer
did.
the question of why the president asked the White House press secretary to come out in front of the podium for the first time and utter a falsehood. Why did he do that? It undermines the credibility of the entire White House press office on day one.
Don't be so overly dramatic about it, Chuck. You're saying it's a falsehood, and Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that.
This was the largest ever.
one of my own ilk? You see, it's a comfort because at least you understand what it means that my watch is broken. At least I have the confidence that I'm with another professional, decent person. Have you confidence in me to lend me your watch until tomorrow?
The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. We are the renovation. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against pain. Imagination. Parallel against hate. Parallel against pain. Radio science brain. We are the renovation. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against hate. Parallel against pain. Of this whole occupation. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against hate. Parallel against hate. Parallel against pain. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against hate. We are more near the break. We can ease any ache. Everything we have took, everything we can take. Six the feet of separation. Six the fear of separation. We are the renovation. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against pain. Imagination. Parallel against hate. Parallel against pain. Radio science brain. We are the renovation. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against hate. Parallel against pain. Of this whole occupation. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against hate. Parallel against hate. Parallel against pain. Perpendicular trains. Parallel against hate. We are more near the break. We can ease any ache. Everything we have took, everything we can take. Six the feet of
hearts of men.
The falsehood knows.
The falsehood knows. The falsehood knows. You are in an abusive relationship. Shocking boundary violations are one common grooming tactic of a narcissist or dark triad personality. If someone in your life points into a camera knowing you'll be looking at the view screen and pulls their finger like a trigger, looking into your eyes, saying, I could shoot someone in the street and not lose anyone, it is a good indicator of a bad situation. You are in an abusive relationship. Who has leveraged and climbed upon a fog of falsehood? Who has donned the falsehood? Who is the falsehood?
We are experiencing massive distortions in the field of reality and shocking boundary violations of people telling you that you don't deserve fact or science common sense people who are telling you that you should just accept that liars and predators are smart. These are degradations, and we need to remember that we can foster the bounty here together. We can ease this fog. We can banish the practice of techniques of speaking in rumor. We can hold people accountable for being inhumane. We can actually care for human family. We can take care. And when I check in and see here, I keep noticing that Burgles is still here. This iceberg has been waiting here for quite some time now. This iceberg has just been staring and menacing. And I would like to know how I can help. How can I help? What? I know you're headed this way. I know. And I know that people are not listening. I know that people are saying, he doesn't mean that. I know. And I know that if we don't say no to him, you're coming. I know. And I want to help. You don't need to come. It's not really clear to me. It's not really clear to me whether Burgles knows what Burgles is. I'm not entirely sure that I know, but I know. I think it's difficult to equate actual size, but I imagine Burgles is about the size of Montana. And that the collision course that has been plotted by Donald Trump with deference to a superhuman chosen cult of personality, fostered by holding a big lie of magical thinking that will require violence. We're dealing with someone who is leveraging harder rocks and scientifically created harder places. We are being strung over a barrel because people are afraid to tell Donald Trump no. The Nazis, they said they were just following orders. And I think that what allows Donald Trump to do his malicious harm is that we are all just trying to get through the meeting we're in and keep our job. And that Donald Trump's malice is fostering that idea as well. He's telling us all the time that he is doing a good job and presenting the theatrical release of that visual idea that he deserves to be in the room and he's an archer and he is doing a good job. And the overwhelming headline and subtext, the core of everything that he is saying is, I have absolute authority. I'm in charge. I am supreme. That is the distillation of just about any act or thing that Donald Trump says. That's not an attack on him as a person. That's a statement of fact as I see it. It can all be boiled down to him saying, I was right to take it. I know best. I have absolute authority. Well, it wasn't wrong. That was just locker room talk. I mean, it was right because I said it. I have absolute authority. Well, those are bad people. I'm telling you because I know I have absolute authority. Well, yeah, we have evidence. I mean, we don't have it. We have suspicions. And I have absolute authority. I know it's real. I've had 62 court cases all come back saying there's really no legitimate fraud against you, Donald Trump. In fact, the fraud that keeps showing up is the fraud that you, from well before the 2020 election, were fomenting and rigging yourself. So, we see someone who has unbuckled and sown confidence. The confidence artist asks you to just enjoy, oh, you get it, right? We're good. You can trust me. You can have confidence in me. While juking and playing a game saying he'll keep us in suspense. It's really important for you to be able to see what's happening around you. No one should ever tell you that you shouldn't be woke. They might have feedback about how you express yourself. They might tell you, hey, that's none of your business. But communicating with one another and offering reproach and offering feedback, that's part of free speech. That goes for everyone. It's very plain that Marjorie Taylor Greene is working to sow terroristic violence and to jukebox people into fear and rage based on suspicions that lying to a population should be seen as truly wrong. And the news sadly is Marjorie, how do I do this? I want to be here. I think how I do this is like this. Marjorie, when you come in breathing falsehoods into a neighborhood, when you come in talking with lynch mob brain syndrome as a plan of attack, we see your lynch mob brain syndrome attack. In an almost 2-page thing you put out, you made huge errors, and there are transgressions that need to be addressed. Speaking in support of Palestinians is not a pro-Hamas position, and it is reprehensible for you to muddy incredibly complex and fraught waters during harm that has had genocidal impact on Jewish people and certainly on Palestinian people now. We are shocked by the reprehensible way that you conduct yourself. It is not a minor distraction. It's not telling it like it is. You come in with cluster grenades of shocking boundary violations meant to terrify and terrorize, meant to create pain. I don't know why you think people are dumb enough to fall for that. You are simply using rumor. That is the absence of fact. That is making stuff up, making claims, talking about suspicions. And that is how lynch mobs are started, which you well know. Marjorie, you are trying to start a national lynch mob. Marjorie, you are a racist and a homophobe and a transphobe. You are a patriarchal terrorist. When people say that you are a racist and a bigot, it is because of your words. It is because of your clear, seething, deadly malice against human family. It is because of how you are. You are a terroristic, malicious, odious person. And if you don't want people saying that to you, then heal yourself. Resign and abandon the MAGA, retrader, greed train you are running out of thin air and bullshit. It is absolutely unforgivable and abominable that anyone would misrepresent a protest by calling it an insurrection. That is abominable, and I would say that that is criminal. Ma'am, you should rescind that statement, and what's more, that you put that into an official, you're trying to censure Rashida Tlaib for being a part of a peaceful protest. That's an abominable thing for you to do. And for you to call that protest an insurrection and put that into a document like that, it's part of official United States process, that is reprehensible. That is you trying to break down our expectations of what it means to have honor and truth and fact. And the answer is no. No, you don't. Your MAGA, retrader greed is simply intolerable. It is simply not accepted. It is simply sent back. You are not accepted. You are not received. We saw you smile and lie in court when we tried to keep you from office because of your bloodthirsty insurrection. Marjorie, you are a malice. That is why you are talked to this way. Welcome to that. Welcome to your information. Your information reads, there's a pathway back to a good faith conversation. You have access to a good faith conversation that you have to participate in. And it is reprehensible that you call for respect while torching things that we depend on for safety and human family and for the sustainable democracy that America is supposed to be. How dare you pretend that you are doing anything but trying to break us down for conquest. You are not fostering America. And it is not okay to say you're a Christian nationalist, Marjorie. It's not okay. Just like it's not okay to prance around and say, hey, I'm a Nazi, everybody. It's okay for me to say that. It's not okay for you to say that, Marjorie. It's not okay for you to say that you're a Christian nationalist. It's reprehensible and disgusting. Because you Christian nationalists seem to think that people on the other side of the border aren't human. And Jesus was the person on the other side of the border, human. Jesus was homeless. Jesus was Jewish. Jesus was woke. Jesus was woke, Marjorie. Jesus was woke. And it is time for you to deal with the fact that you are not, and that that's not good. That's you embracing evil. Anti-wokeness is anti-blackness. Anti-wokeness is anti-humanness. Anti-wokeness is a cloak for the Ku Klux Klan. And cowards like Ron DeSantis, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Greg Abbott, Donald Trump, Carrie Lake, and Marjorie Taylor Greene are Ku Klux Klan flag bearers. No, it is not okay to say you're a Christian nationalist. No, it's not okay to say you're a Christian nationalist, Mike Johnson. No, this is not a Christian country. We have freedom of religion, and we prohibit the institution, the establishment of a religion as one above others. We have the freedom from religion and freedom from religious persecution. And while we have the ability to pursue arms, somehow we don't have the ability to be free from terroristic gun violence because it is profitable for a corrupt and terrorist far-right extremist and simply corporate corruption known as the NRA. We're dealing with some of the worst people in the world having normalized a place in power and government. Who is the falsehood? We have so many things to hold Biden for, to hold Biden responsible for. We have so many things to hold many people in power responsible for. And there are mechanisms to do that. And the incredible, blistering, and idiotic attacks of MAGA, retrader greed, and that band of neo-Nazi thugs is distracting us from sustaining our habitat as stewards, from helping one another, from educating ourselves, from taking care of our children, from dealing with mental health issues. These constant terroristic mob think attacks, this constant psychological coaxing into a loss of executive function. We see that you, Marjorie, and those like you are using terrorism to break down and degrade our expectation that we get to pursue happiness. You are trying to break down our expectation that we can say no to your coercive hatred and violence. You are trying to break down our belief in the goodness of America and Americans. And it is not going to work. The problem about being in an abusive relationship for 8 years like we have with Donald Trump is that under the coercive control, as we are coerced to submit to a dark triad predator, we do learn skills. It's possible to learn skills, to meditate, to pull ourselves back to executive function, which Marjorie Taylor Greene tries every day to terrorize from us. The Fuck Your Feelings crowd is terrified of reproach because reproach has facts. And woke scolds are free speech speakers by another name. The thing is, we have to just adjust to the fact that free speech means that people will be speaking and sometimes saying things we don't like. And that saying, shut up, is part of free speech. And that saying, no, I will not, is also part of free speech. MAGA retrader greed tries to rush us along as if something's about to explode and we have to be the ones to poison the wool blankets and throw them into somebody else's face first. Right, Marge? It's always an attack that is fending off another attack. And you are the another attack. You are the original colonizing terrorist Jeffrey Dahmer's family particle, kid. And we see you. And that's what we don't like. We don't like that you are bringing the greed of Jeffrey Dahmer's hatred and hunger. We don't like that you are fostering evil. We don't like that you are fostering white fire terrorism. That's what we don't like. So I am glad that you are being censured, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm shocked that anyone would take you seriously when you call a protest an insurrection. You have to realize that you look like a blithering fool. But it seems like it's worth it to you to tear things down. Like a combination of Lex Luthor cosplaying as the Joker, who has taken over Twitter to punish his trans daughter for being kind. You also assault wokeness as a mind virus, as opposed to realizing that kind eyes each hold a kind iris. You are a malice come among us, and you are wrong to do so, and you will be held to account. I call on you to apologize for claiming that that protest was an insurrection. I call on you to apologize now for associating the name of Hamas with the Palestinian people so casually and claiming that people in the United States Congress are adherent to that terrorist group in contradiction of the facts. I call upon you to apologize and rescind this idiotic, and did you even proofread it, nonsense you submitted. But it's important to go through the motions of doing things for real. In fact, until you are held to account, you are a member of Congress. So I read it, and it is really shocking that you didn't put any evidence in there at all. There's not one quote, while your central claim is that there were terroristic comments made, and yet you cannot produce one of them. That's called you filled a document with white suspicions. Lynch mob brain syndrome, Stoker. So thank you for submitting a fraudulent, fickle, and falsehood-ridden testament to how incompetent you are and how malicious you are. We need your distraction to be gone. We need you to resign because we have work to do to foster safety here in America. And you, bigot, Ku Klux Klan Confederate sleeper, the answer, Marjorie, is no. Go away. Apologize, resign, rescind. You have been relieved. You relieved yourself of your duty long ago. You are a bad human being. You are a bad representative. You are a bad, bad, bad American. Resign. The answer, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is no. That's the news from the mystery font. So that Marjorie recognizes that your MAGA retrader greed is simply not welcome. Your MAGA retrader greed is not welcome. And look at all of this hokum. It's difficult to contain the hokum, and the thing is the font can contain in limited amounts and display hokum like this, but it's not easy to manage. And okay, see now, and that release, I mean, now we have a room full just through the hallway here. Oh, there we actually have a release. There are utter dissipations at times of hokum, and we can all foster that. You know, Marjorie, you can be a part of human family. I don't know if you're aware of that, but you have the chance to be a part of human family. I just realized that I didn't know if you knew that. Remembered that you may not know. You probably have been terrorized and terrified all of your life, and were likely broken as a toddler, very violently, with pain and with at least psychological torture. I don't know what else. Maybe fetal alcohol syndrome. Or maybe just indoctrination of the kind that you are trying to sow by fighting, letting kids talk about and be taught about racism, or talk about and be taught about emotional well-being, taught about the histories around enslavement and genocide. That you want to belittle us, to be and think of ourselves as so weak that we cannot ourselves heal ourselves or our past, and that we should pass on to our children the idea that they are not strong enough to grow and learn and better. That you want to teach our children that truth and reconciliation is neither possible nor desirable is a crime. You and Ron DeSantis and all of the Ku Klux Cluckers, you are robbing from us the promise of America. Everyone gets to be a part of the pursuit of happiness, and you are decimating all of the communities and happinesses that can happen. You are trying to break human family, and I wish you could have a vision of what it would be like if you recognize that you can be part of human family, that there is enough, and that only fools or people taken by evil itself would try to sustain, as you try to sustain white supremacy and patriarchal terrorism and all of its malice. I'm sorry that you exist as you do, Marjorie. It's too bad that you don't see there's a path to kindness. It's too bad that you don't see that your Antichrist worldview and your Antichrist language and your Antichrist behavior is Antichrist. You are behaving as an Antichrist. It's probably good to do a little bit of a self-check on that. You can be part of human family, but your cancer can't come to the table. And that's the news, and a special message from Marjorie Taylor Greene and associated co-conspirators. Marguerite Trader Greed is not welcome, is wrong-headed and corrupt, and you will be stopped. Have a nice day. Who is the falsehood? Who is the falsehood? So, Burgles, you're still there. Well, I guess it's only natural. I mean, we built that berg. And I don't think that iceberg is going anywhere except on a collision course for us, unless we apprehend the falsehood. So the question is, who is the falsehood? Who is the falsehood? Who is the falsehood? Who is the falsehood?
So, to my favorite people in the world, the seniors. I'm a senior. I know you don't know that. Nobody knows that. Maybe you don't have to tell them, but I'm a senior. We are making tremendous progress with this horrible disease that was sent over by China. China will pay a big price for what they did to the world and to us. But we have medicines right now, and I call them a cure. I went into the hospital a week ago. I was very sick, and I took this medicine, and it was incredible. It was incredible. I could have walked out the following day, sooner. It was incredible the impact it had. And we're going to make that and others that are similar to it, almost identical, we're going to make them available immediately. We have an emergency use authorization that I want to get signed immediately. The FDA has moved at a level that they've never moved before. Things that would take 2, 3, 4 years are taking a matter of weeks or even sooner than that. And that's because of me. We're taking care of our seniors. You're not vulnerable, but they like to say the vulnerable, but you're the least vulnerable. But for this one thing, you are vulnerable, and so am I. But I want you to get the same care that I got. I got incredible care at Walter Reed, incredible doctors, and this medicine in particular, one medicine was unbelievable. You're going to get the same medicine. You're going to get it free, no charge, and we're going to get it to you soon. And the nice part is it's made by a number of companies. It's totally safe, but it's powerful against this disease. So we're going to get it out to you. We're going to take care of our seniors, all free. And I just want to thank you. And what we've gone through as a country is a horrible thing. My opponent, as you know, he talks, but he never did anything in 47 years. I did more in 47 months than he did in 47 years. He just talks. It's the same old thing. If it were up to him, you wouldn't have this, you wouldn't have anywhere near it for years. They wouldn't even be talking about anything like this. He had his chance with H1N1 swine flu, and it was one of the great disasters. He didn't know what he was doing. But I do know what I'm doing. And the seniors are going to be taken care of, and then everybody's going to be taken care of. And it's coming out really fast. So thank you very much. We love you. We love America.
The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually.
from our brains.
To all brains awake, imagination ache. We are the reality distortion fielding.
Supposed to be one piece. There's 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 supposed to be We're supposed to be one. Here we are at the mystery font. You are the renovation of love's imagination. We are the sentient frame imagining again. We are the activation of play. The mind may liaise today. Imagination aim. This is the mindness makes. Potential is the sentient sentence. I'm sentenced to assemble, maintain this relay, activate this germane radio science brain. This is the mindness, maintain this array, activation of animation.
Imagination aim. Imagination aim. Imagination aim. Imagination aim. Mind may be game to play. Radio science brain arrange this collection of data and ascent of what it may build, what we may need if we're meant to be game today as prey for predator, or we mean to be kind, to please play, remain, mind may be game. Radio science brain germane. Radio science brain germane. This is the advocacy that my mind would contain, not complain. This is the mindless made, this contagious hate. Mindless made animation for the parade. We are the sentient frame, imagination aim. The mind may be game to play, remain. The mentionary of collecting the gateway. Radio science brain imagination may be game to play today. Mind may be game to play today. Remain. Pretend that kindness comes and asks your name, and if you have a game you'd like to liaise and play today, imagination may contain. Radio science brain, this is the mention I mention, I wave, we wave not in vain. We wave every day, radio science brain. The mindless may not wave in vain. Radio science brain germane. Activate this humane substrate. Reimagine what we may be up to. Let's see what we've made to date. Imagination may deliver an even better freight. Contain, come came today. Contain, come came and asked you the way. Mindless may be game, not pray, but play. Mind may be game to play. Imagination aid, imagination aid. The mind has made this activation. Perpendicular trains, parallel against hate, going to every station. Particle matter wave, I am declaring we are sane. To know we hold the frame and design its refrain. Imagination may be game to play today remain. You are the sentient I'd mention. You are a climbing engine. Highway. Radio science brain.